Two names transforming how cities move in 2025. But which one really delivers? On the left, Uber, the global ride-hailing powerhouse. And on the right, Via, the innovator in shared mobility and public transit. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. All right, here's what we're going to cover. We've got pricing, geographic coverage, the kinds of services these platforms offer, their nitty-gritty business models, tech and app features, all those juicy partnerships, customer satisfaction vibes, and, one more, best use case. That's our mind map for today. Ready to jump right in? Let's kick off with pricing because, honestly, isn't that what most of us care about first? Starting with Uber. It's got that clear per-ride cost, and you get choices like UberX, Comfort, Black, but wow, if you ride every single day, it kind of adds up fast. And not gonna lie, there's like a 14% price jump between the same types of trips sometimes. Okay, moving to Via. It's a whole different vibe. Via kind of blows my mind with this Via Pass thing. Rides can go as low as $2 if you're a regular commuter. And they've got those nice flat monthly passes, which are honestly great if you hate surprises. Downside? Not everywhere. And if you're just popping in for a random ride, the subscription model isn't super flexible. But for folks who commute a lot, oof, Via just nails it. Yeah, you can guess who takes the win here. Now, talking about coverage, Uber's huge, literally 10,000 plus cities, more than 60 countries. It's basically everywhere. You can hop off a plane almost anywhere and Uber is ready to roll. Sure, quality can vary depending on the city, but you're never stuck without a ride. Via, on the other hand, is still expanding. They've hit the 100-city mark, which is impressive, but honestly, compared to Uber, it's tiny. Their international reach? Still kinda niche. They do focus hard on their core markets, which is cool, but as far as being global, Uber is definitely crushing this category. Let's talk service types next, and wow, there's a lot happening here. Uber gives you solo rides, group rides, even deliveries, like Uber Eats if you're hungry or sending a package across town. Airport rides, business travel, you name it. But Uber's main flex is ride-hailing, not really built for super efficient group transit. Now Via, here's something cool. They're really designed for shared rides. Their routing algorithms are, honestly, next level. So efficient for commuters. They've teamed up with public transit, run school routes, even provide services for the elderly and disabled. It's not the place for takeout or package delivery, though. But in terms of getting lots of people where they need to go, Via's almost got an edge. At the end of the day, both do something really well. So I'm going to call this one a tie. Oh, and here's something cool I found out. Via drivers actually earn more, and there's hard data from the NYC Taxi and Limousine Commission backing that up. Seriously, not something you see every day in rideshare. All right, shifting gears to business models. Uber runs the classic ride-sharing play. You order, a driver picks you up, payment per trip. They do have enterprise options if you're, a big business. But there's been criticism over driver pay. Hourly earnings can be kind of sketchy. Via switches it up and pays drivers hourly, not by trip, which actually means more consistent pay and, according to data, higher overall earnings. Plus, they're all in with governments, schools, and companies, basically building these custom microtransit ecosystems. Of course, that means they're more B2B focused, so if you're a casual user, the flexibility isn't quite the same. But treating drivers better? That's big, and Via takes the win here. Let's get nerdy for a second. The tech and features. Uber's app is, well, super easy to use, and the real-time tracking is awesome. Tons of options, huge driver network, and you can always get help. They've even got 24/7 reps. Sometimes insurance coverage is kind of a mystery, and people do complain about customer service. Now, Via has this wild dynamic routing that's great for shared rides. Really smart optimization, and they built tools for operators that include wheelchair-accessible options. Their app is solid, but honestly, not as big or user-customized as Uber. For scale and user experience, Uber wins this round. Moving on to partnerships, this one is pretty interesting. Uber's teamed up with 400,000 restaurants, tons of delivery partners. Basically, if you want your food or package moved, Uber's got a partner. On the flip side, institutional partnerships? Not so much. Via, however, is all about those institutions. Universities, municipalities, even the NYC Department of Education. They work with public agencies and focus on infrastructure, which is, honestly, kind of impressive. They're less about consumer-facing brands, but for building transportation systems that actually matter, Via takes the cake here. Customer satisfaction. Uber's brand recognition is intense. Like 68% of riders say it's their favorite. They've got a strong net promoter score and are basically a household name. But sometimes criticism about how drivers are treated does affect how people see them. Now, Via's user base is smaller, but on college campuses, for example, their adoption rates have shot up. 65% growth is no joke, and unis actually give positive feedback. Their cancellation rates are lower, even if most people haven't heard of them. Still, for sheer numbers and trust, Uber snags this category. And finally, the best use case. Uber's perfect for those one-off, need-a-ride-now moments, pretty much anywhere in the world. Tons of options, plus food or package delivery if you want it. For daily commutes, though, your wallet might not love it. Via is basically made for daily commuters. Students, employees, anyone living or working where Via operates. If you care about sustainability or need a ride on a budget, it's gold. But yeah, if you're jet setting or traveling somewhere random, Via won't always be there. Both have their sweet spots, so I'm calling this one a tie too. Let's step back and look at the whole picture. When you map out all the scores, from pricing and coverage to tech and partnerships, you can see Uber dominates on reach, app experience, and having all the options. Via, though, really shines for commuters, institutions, and people who care about fair driver pay and sustainability. Different strengths, for sure. So, is there a clear winner? If you want flexibility, an app that just works and rides literally anywhere, Uber's the play. But if you're commuting daily, want to save money, and care about how your driver's treated, Via's honestly the better pick for those specific cities. Uber wins the overall crown for global ease, but Via has killer perks for its niche. Your move. Ready to choose your perfect rideshare? Make sure to subscribe for more deep dive transportation breakdowns just like this. Stick around and find out which app should get you to your next destination.